especially the Marcoses, because as a child actor, I worked for the Marcoses. Alam niyo ba yung Going Bulilin? There was a show called Kaluskus Musmos, produced by Aimee Marcos of the Kabataang Barangay. We were exposed to the Marcoses as I was like six years old. Maricel Soriano, Myla Gumila, Herbert Bautista, all these people. Every Saturday, nasa Malacanang kami. Natuto din kami ng art kasi when the Makiling School was being opened, we were there. We were the guests. Kami yung nag-cut ng ribbon. And recently, I came across Miss Irene Marcos, who is you can't forget these people when you're a child, diba? So, neutral. So I spoke to her, but my boss's mother is Letty Magsano Jimenez. I don't know if you know the editor-in-chief of The Inquirer. She passed away na. But she was a victim of the martial law abuses. She was picked up, sent to Babuyan Islands, tortured. So faux pas. I was talking to Mom Irene. We were talking about her mother who's giving away a lot of money right now. There's some Maharlika Bitcoin that's going to come out soon. Be prepared. I'm telling you this is real. And then I told my boss, I went down, we were at Leon Gallery, I said, I spoke to Mom Irene. It was a fabulous conversation. We were talking about art, blah, blah, blah. My boss, who saw his mother get kidnapped during martial law time, to be tortured, just said something that, I can't believe you did that. You know what the gallery stands for, you work with me, I'm your boss. Nung art fair, natapilok pa yan si Irene, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, with my wife, I was like, I think let's leave now. It didn't end there. 2 days later, I get a phone call from my boss telling me again, do you know what you did? Do you know how it looked for us that you were talking or sleeping with the enemy? You have to take sides. Again, going back to vision, you have to take sides. Principio. Do you compromise your principles? Because ang guest natin, ang magkakat ng ribbon si Madam Imelda Morales Marcos. Do you attend? Do you wear yellow? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm a child of EDSA, the first EDSA revolution also. May mga kwento, madaming kwento. That made me the artist that I am now. I write poetry. I used to have a blog. They erased it. A lot of it was in MySpace. I didn't transfer it. I have a lot on MySpace during the exile because when FPJ passed away, we all knew he won. When he passed away, my mom came home from the United States to take me. And from that 3 years of exile, I just started writing against Gloria until the Hello Garci tapes came out. And we said, we were right all along. Fernando Po Jr. was indeed the president of this country. That's what I believe. I don't know your backstories. I don't know what your parents told you, but just imagine Gloria being back in the Duterte government. Oh my God. Pumunta ka agad ako sa nicho ni FPJ. Sinabi ko, bakit ganito nangyayari? Why is she back? After that, I am sorry. And last night I was talking to our good Senator Grace Po, and I told her that I was going to speak to you. She's also a Polinian, St. Paul's Pasig. We grew up together. She's like my ate. She supports my art. And I said, I want to be a teacher. Because this is not the first time I've spoken to younger human beings, yes, human rights. I mean, to the younger generation. This is not the first time. I was in LaSalle 2 months ago, and I will be back in LaSalle to talk to grade 10 students again. So, vision, principle. I'm sorry if I talked about politics because it's one half of me. It's one half of me. I don't know if you guys are involved. I don't know if you're passive. But please participate. Please participate. Young kids are getting killed. Hihilahin, pagtitlipan. I don't know. I mean, eto. So, nandito tayo ngayon. Bakit tayo nandito ngayon? Gusto ko kayong tuluan na kung ano ang klase ng art na gagawin nyo ng may prinsipyo. Gawin nyo ng may vision para sa susunod na henerasyon. Art is not just about beauty. Art is ugly most of the time. Art attacks us. There was this time I was at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. I saw the work of Jackson Pollock. I believe it was Jasmine Mist or Lavender Mist. I just started crying. I didn't know why. I went to the Vatican. I saw how the lights would, the sunshine would affect its shine on the Pieta and the other works, while you know it was just magical. But also don't forget our Filipino roots. Maybe the art that we are seeing now is Western inspired. I don't see a lot of Filipino-ness. Actually, I don't see it. Maybe because we've become a smaller world. Social media has made the world smaller for us. A lot of you have traveled. A lot of you can afford to travel because my kids travel. I don't know how it doesn't come out of my pocket. You guys are more driven than my generation. So please do something to change society. Music, the arts, theaters, cinema. If you want to be a film director, talk about things that people don't want to discuss. We have to discuss mental health. We really do. We also have to talk about HIV. We're the #1 country in transmission and infection. May Miss Universe tayo. Hataw si Catriona, o hataw si, what's her name? The other one. Pia. Sinabi niya she's going to do a lot of things for AIDS, HIV, because it's a topic. It's an epidemic here in the Philippines. So I don't think I can explain to you how to be safe is here, because we're in a Catholic school and I don't want to offend the sisters or father, but you have to go out and learn about these things. I have a doctor friend, 14, HIV positive. I had my yaya who worked with me. Nasaan ka? Nasa PGH. Bakit? HIV positive yung nephew ko. 2 days later, patay na. These things have to be discussed. I saw HIV. Yeah, it's part of. And I'm disappointed with Pia because she has all the power and she stopped. She's just doing commercials. And she said she's going to, when you say that I want to be an advocate for HIV awareness, you do that. You go there. You go to RITM. You be like Princess Diana who shakes the hands of HIV-infected persons or people with AIDS. I had a friend in 1990 who died in front of me. The first time I encountered AIDS, his name was June. I met him in San Diego, California. We were all laughing, but then I saw him from a very healthy person to a hospice where he was being told by a nurse, go with God. And then puti na lang yung mata niya, and then he just went. And that affected me. That really affected me. I'm present. May inaalagaan kaming HIV positive na friend namin na inaalagaan namin. We walk the talk. Parang pick your battles. And when you pick them, have your artillery, have your weapons ready. And for the girls, please try martial arts kasi rape is rampant here in the country. Martial arts kayo, matuto kayo to protect yourselves. Please protect yourselves. Mas madaming babae sa Pilipinas kaysa sa mga lalaki. They say gender is fluid, all these things. All these things, you are barraged with all this information. A YouTube story can affect you. A post can affect you. Ngayon uso yung bata at saka yung nanay na babasa niyo. Yung parang comics, yung parang ayun, naaaliw ako doon. Sabi ko, sino yung parang may hinihila yung bata. Tinamaan ako dun sa, talo UP. Sabi ko, magaling naman daw kami sa pagka-cram. Ayun. So ayun, siguro isipin niyo ako isang parang kuya or tito na nagsasabi sa inyo, protect yourselves. Please protect yourselves. And to the guys, please be gentlemen. Chivalry is not dead. Open the door for your friends who are females. Stand up pag merong babaeng nakatayo at yung upuan nasa iyo. Yung ganon, kasi tinuro naman sa atin yan, huwag niyong kalimutan. Itanong niyo sa mga elders ninyo, ano ba ang buhay noon? Bakit ngayon parang we're all crammed, we're all upset, we're all angry? Bakit naging ganon ang consciousness ng Filipinos? Lahat reklamo, the LRT is not working, the LRT is open, pwedeng mamatay. Tumigil ang LRT, yung may brown out, walang tubig, hindi namin naging problema yan. Yung blackouts kay FBR, naging problema namin yan. Pero, count yourselves blessed. I just want to know, yellow is the color of St. Paul's. Because ako St. Paul's ako yung tayo kasi namin, ganito. Kaya naghanap ako ng para ganun pa din ba yung uniform? Triangle, o tie? Tie. O nga pala pag college tie na. So I'm talking to all college students here. Everybody over 18? Who's under 18? Okay, so adults na. Who's under 21? Ay, madami pa. So, kailangan ko paalam kay sister at kay father kung anong pwedeng pag-usapan. So ayun, huwag kayong magpapastos. That is hard. Huwag kayong magpapastos. Sa madaming bagay, pwede kayong bastusin. Huwag kayong pumayag na people will catcall you or try to... I was watching, nasa isang bar sila, nilagyan yung mga babae ng sensors. Sensors, kung ilang beses sila hahawakan ng lalaki. Siguro naka-100 touches yung mga babae. Nakatayo lang sila, parang nilalapitan lang sila ng lalaki. So, ano magiging reaction nyo doon? Hindi kayo, sumigaw kayo, humingi kayo ng tulong. Ito na yung the art of living. And also respect your parents. I have, I don't want to call my children are from my spirit. The father of my children is the ex-husband of my wife, who's family to me. We're a modern family unit. And there is art in that. There is art in accepting one another. My children come from my spirit, my soul, my belief in God. So, I'd like to end this by saying, again, we started off with a prayer, and I want to end it with a prayer that you all be protected by the Holy Spirit. You all be protected by Jesus Christ. And in the vision, serve Him. And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Okay lang po yun. Marami po kami natutunan. Marami pong salamat po sa inyong pagkakita. Okay, so anyone from our students would like to ask a few questions? So medyo may konting time pa tayo for a short Q&A. Meron po ba? Anyone? Madami pong na-share si Sir, especially a lot about social participation in terms of the issues that we have nowadays. Going back to the core, which is our family, which is our nation, and sticking to your principles as an artist, very, very important. I think, siguro, let me throw the first question po, sir, no? In a very volatile world, no, kung saan it's easy for you to be gunned down and eviscerated in social media, how could burgeoning artists such as these students protect themselves? Like what type of like armament o ano yung mga weapons that they can equip themselves with, abstract and tangible weapons that they can equip themselves with to protect themselves from this very volatile world, not only online because of all these trolls, but also offline because and everything.
Love. It's just that simple. Love. If binastos kayo, okay, thank you. Just say, thank you, okay, I respect your opinion. But pag binastos na kayo, I love you, Jesus said, forgive 70 times 70, and give your other cheek. Yun na lang, para tapos na. Kasi kung papatulan nyo pa, hahaba. But stand your ground. Love is the answer. Love, I'm telling you what Jesus essentially told us, is to love thy neighbor as thyself. If you practice that kahit maingay yung neighbor mo nagkakaraoke, love na lang. Love na lang. Love is the answer.
Thank you so much. And, sir, meron pang questions? Ayan, questions na daw. Pakilala ka, ma'am, and then tell us sa section here.
My name is Hannah. I'm from BSP 1. It's just a lighter note, hindi siya tungkol in any deep subjects. I just want to ask, as an amateur artist, how are you going to better your connection to your medium?
I practice every day, 9 to 5. It's like that. Sometimes if I'm late, my wife will tell me, oh, magpipinta ka na. That's the only way. That it's like, para sa Karate Kid, wash with your right hand, your left hand. And sometimes I'm ambidextrous kasi. So, that's one of the gifts that I have. So, no, you can. You can train, you can ask your mind from your heart. Just practice talaga. Practice makes almost perfect. Because nothing is perfect except Jesus Christ.
Any questions pa from our audience? From the AADT perhaps? May mga taga-AADT ba dito? Kung meron pa kayong questions? Are you raising your hand? Hindi naman. Na-overwhelmed sila. I think ako overwhelmed din ako eh. Siguro, meron pa kay ma'am? So,
a lot of Engage.
Oo nga eh. Sir, you mentioned a while ago conspiracy bar, and I would say na it's also one of the places I've been to as doing open mics as a poet and as a music artist. Aside from, so you should go there because I'm saying there are many areas there that you can freely share your art, both performance art and like art, visual arts, no? Aside from Conspiracy Bar, saan po ang ibang mga possible outlets po nila of their art where they can share or probably start a professional career from it?
Okay, I really believe in history and the context. When you make works, what is the context? You always go back. Why am I doing this? Because I saw something that made me feel that I have to do this. So go to our gallery. It's called Archivo 1984. We have a gallery at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. We have a store there. There are movie posters. My boss. This December we're closing our branch at the La Fuerza Gallery, but we're going to have historical. We're moving into cinema from visual arts. We're moving into cinema. So we have 2 more shows before we close this year, and we're going to open in 2022 again, a main gallery. But yes, history is so important with your works. Para when they ask you, it's not, no, I just did this because I felt like it. No, it's my mood or something. There has to be something in a fire inside your heart or that makes you say, okay, I'm gonna do this. So context, go to a gallery, go to galleries, Altramondo, go to La Fuerza, go to the auctions. Kahit hindi kayo bibili, just go there. Just, you'll see it online. Go to Leon, I know the owners, kaya Leon. I've never been to a Salcedo auction, but go to Salcedo auction. But until we're open, we have an exhibit about Danny Salcita. He's a director. We painted our walls a new color, maroon, for UP. It's on right now, Chino Roses, La Fuerza Gallery, Pasillo. And on the 22nd, Salo Salo on J Studio. Kakatabi na rin.
Alright.
And CCP.
And CCP of course, is always. And siguro i-plug ko na rin Peta din also.
Yes,
kasi,
of course.
It's a place for theater arts din. So, they have, and of course also a training center as well. No? So, ayan. Any other questions from, oh yan, may question. Finally, may question na si Madam. Go.
Ay, Natalie Beck po from ADD2. Yung question ko po in relation to politics, kasi ang sabi niyo kanina may political stance po kayo. Pero madalas may mga taong hindi nagpa-participate in the political movements and they say that that is also a political movement in itself. Ano pong opinion niyo sa ganun?
If I can repeat myself, I said you have to pick a side. If there are 2 fences and there's the middle road between those 2 fences. What did Martin Luther King Jr. say? It is in the silence of our enemies, something like that. It is the silence of our friends that will make our enemies stronger, something like that. So it's your choice. It's actually a choice, you know. But if you ask me, you have to take aside the moral, the godly, the five tests when it's four-way test. Yeah. Or what you feel in your gut. Like if you see something on TV that will make you make a choice. I hope you vote. By the way, I hope you vote. Your vote is important. It can change all of us. So that's it. If you see something wrong, and you know it's wrong because God gave us that, the Holy Spirit in your gut will say that is wrong, and choose that side of the wrong to make it right. That's That's it. I mean, don't be, I'm a pacifist. I believe in love. I don't believe in guns. I don't believe in, but choose a side. Choose a side and give your other cheek, if ever.
Thank you so much. By the way, before we continue, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our university president, Sister Evangeline Anastasio. Thank you so much for visiting. Yeah. So thank you. Anyone else who would like to say a few words, ask a few more questions before we end this conclude. Ayan, meron tayo.
Simple personal question lang po. How do you not be afraid to share your works po? Marcos Clara and Guzman from AAD to 1.
How can you not be afraid to share your work?
Marcos' age, my age, because as you grow older, you'll get bolder. Like wine, they say, gets better as you grow older. You may have a lot of questions. You may have a lot of questions like regarding your work. Is it finished? Is it done? I think the best advice is you be the judge of your work, and if you put it out there, believe in it, because it has to come from you. It doesn't have to come from your friends or your family who say, "Oh wow, he had a solo show. It's great." No, don't believe in your critics. Believe in yourself. Believe in what the vision you're going to give them, the point of view that you're going to give the people who will see your art. Yeah. Thank you, Marcos.
Thank you. Meron pa tayong additional questions before we still have 5 minutes? Ayan, oh.
My name is Matthew. I'm from Stanford. Good evening, afternoon po. What tips can you give for aspiring artists?
The general tips. Tips for aspiring artists.
Of course, correct yourselves. Correct yourselves. Inspire yourselves. But then, don't be in one click. Kasi that destroys it. Kasi minsan yung click na yun lang ang nakakapag-show. It's true. It happens in the art world na there are the only group of people who can show. Like in other galleries, because they're well connected, they have their own barkada, who are the curators, who are the buyers, who are the owners of the gallery. Don't subscribe to that. Lawakan mo ang iyong journey. Go to provinces. That's what I forgot to tell. Let's celebrate our own Philippine art. Let's celebrate that. Kahit happy, kahit, you go to Baguio Market, you see all this. Yung ganon, if you go to other provinces, celebrate their art. Ask them about their culture. Kasi para tayo iba-ibang Kapampangan culture, iba ang Ilocano culture, iba ang Visayan culture. It's so rich. Our country is so rich with culture.
Thank you po. And actually, it's very fitting that you mentioned that because the university, the upcoming university weeks theme is about unity in diversity. So like diversity is a very good resource that our country has in order to be able to share our connectedness despite our differences. Ganon. Okay, so anyone else? Ayan. Sige, siguro last 2 questions. Yours and yours. May isang pa. Okay.
Hello po, I'm Cheska po from BSP 1. Tanong ko lang po, about art po kasi, sa opinion niyo lang po bakit po ang dami pa pong schools or companies na nag-discriminate about tattoos? Ngayon is, madami na pong nagpapatato ng mga tao ngayon. Tapos ayun po.
I think the stigma of a prisoner having tattoos made by another prisoner is no longer the way my generation started. Because my tattoo artist was the tattoo artist of Francis Magalona. We got our tattoos in Malate. But there was still stigma then. I guess with shows like tattoo shows in social media and you see it, I hope, if you ask me about my tattoos, there's reference. I'll just say, this is the sword. A sword is a symbol in the Bible. A sword. Of course, this is the country. 3 stars in the sun. I got it when Francis Magalona passed away. This is by buying. It says Tatay. When my Tatay Jimmy passed away, my driver for 25, 27 years passed away, I was so distraught. I had to get, and it's also father, so regret. This is Valette, the name of my wife. I wasn't forced to get that. This is a whale shark depicted in Poholano tattoo culture. This is still undone. Hindi pa tapos, but it's tribal. It's also tribal. You see, parang I want people to wait lang, to see that there is meaning to all of it. I have a sacred heart. I don't usually show that. This is a feather for like, akala ko nga Ateneo. This is a feather for my writing, for my inspiration. This is an arrow, of course, for my being Lasal. This is St. Paul. And this is the birthday of Fernando Po Jr. There's an angel there. So all my tattoos have a religious kind of spiritual meaning, and I really think it's art. And everybody has tattoos nowadays. So I hope they express themselves and they identify themselves with the tattoo.
And I've read a research article about it that there are many factors that point to stigmatization of tattoos. But it also says there that there is already a growing acceptance in the mainstream community on tattoos. So whether kung saan side mo siya tignan, no, I think also that katulad ni Sir, no, there some people really think, people really put this status on their bodies because it's a deep meaning talaga. Most of the people that I was met. No? Okay, so for our last question for this afternoon.
So advice po talaga hihingi ko na way of question. Pero ang po kasi lang is, madalas po, natatapunan ng aesthetically pleasing na arts, ang mga arts with context and emotions. So ang ko lang po is, pong advice ibibigay niyo sa mga artists na parang masyadong hindi napapansin kasi nga yung gawa nila, hindi siya gaano ka-aesthetically pleasing pero full of emotion, context, and all of that. Parang ganun po.
Hirap.
Nahihirap siya. Although that is a very legitimate,
Valid.
there's a very legitimate observation, ano?
Venue. The venue where you show it. I think that is important. Like, whenever I have a show, I have a yearly show. August is my show at the Conspiracy Cafe. The venue, because It's a collective of people who stand for something. So if kahit na anong artist welcome, kahit na anong artist welcome, because they accept the artist, at kung ano yung vision niya, walang judgment. Maghanap ka ng ganung venue and then it'll grow from there. You will get noticed. Yun. You don't, ganon, basta, yeah, tsaka going back to your roots. Like, halimbawa, if you have an opportunity to show here at the university, show here. And then go to another venue that you feel safe and accepted. That's it. When you feel safe and accepted and not being judged.
And also siguro, if I may answer, no, aside from finding that venue is also looking at niche markets kung saan pwede mong i-offer siya. Kasi for example, if makikita mo talaga, for example, if you listen to someone like Riz Lansangan, iba yung crowd na compared for example to SB19 for example. So you have to just find your niche market. And I think the potential research thesis title yan sa mga site people at com people know how to be able to market your art, looking at audiences and niches where you can. This is one of, we're trying to start it, pero ang meron po kami ngayon na solid po ay music therapy. Wow, first in the Philippines to offer such a big thing. So yes, we're really proud of that.
That's groundbreaking.
Yeah, it is. We're proud. So, ayan. So, without further ado, I would like to present this, okay lang po ba? I would like to call on Sister Evangeline Anastasio SPC and our University President and our Director of the Center for Research, Innovation and Development, who is the head of all this, to present our Certificate of Appreciation and the certificate reads, Certificate of Appreciation, Center for Innovation, Research and Development Awards is to Dranred Belleza for sharing this time, knowledge and experience in the Live Green, Love Life, Malaki Holistic Health Expo 2019 held at SPU Manila on the 15th and 16th day of November in the year of our Lord 2019. Signed, Dr. Brian Bantugan, Director for Grade, and Sister Maria Evangeline Anastasio, President of SPU Manila.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes our session, our art and therapy session. Thank you so much to all the students and employees who have engaged actively in this event. Maraming salamat.
Because we can have a big picture with him.
Yes,
Please come to the stage.
Ikaw nga, kulang mo kami.
And this is also